Alright guys, it's a Thursday morning on my way to work. As you know from my video yesterday, my visa issue, I asked questions in a group, the Cambodian Visa and Work Permit group. These are some very smart people. If you ever have any visa questions or anything, instead of asking me, you should just go there and dig through the posts, put in keywords of what you're looking for, and you will find it. So much great information, up to date, not just based on experience, but also what the rules and laws actually say here. Anyway, I had inquired about what to do, what the process would be and everything. And I thought I'd update you on what I was told. In case you don't know, I have to do a border crossing. And by the way, these are what I'm talking about here. These little pieces of bread. This is what I get for breakfast every day. 2 of those. They are delicious. Sang usually gets either some chicken, fish, with some rice or something. But good news is, because I do not have a multiple entry visa, I can leave whenever I want, come back whenever I want. So I do not have to spend the night in Thailand on my 1-month visa. This is good news. It's on a single entry. As soon as you leave, it cancels your visa because it's single entry. You're already here. Once you leave, it's done, over. I should have known that. I think I actually said that in one of my videos, but I didn't know how it worked for a crossing. So anyway, yeah, I can leave. It automatically cancels my current visa. I can come right back like an hour or 2 later, or whenever the bus is leaving to come back. Do it all in one day. Get my new visa, and then I'll be set. Then I can get my work permit, paperwork started, and I should be good. Fingers crossed. Still have to get my letter from my school, and there's a clinic right on the corner of my school. There's a big health clinic there. One of my friends says that's where she got her physical. It was 30, I believe she said 35 bucks. Pretty easy, didn't take a lot of time. They'll give you your medical clearance, which you need for your work permit. And then I guess the only other thing is I have to talk to my landlord, find out who my commune chief is, because I will need a letter from him stating that I live where I say I live, that I live in that village, in that commune where he is the chief. My landlord will know that. He'll help me out. She'll be good. And then again, need my work permit or my letter of employment from my school. And boom, turn in all the paperwork. There's a couple more forms you have to sign, and then it usually takes about 30 days to process it. So I should be all good there. I also found out one of my from yesterday's video about my visa problem that somebody said that Thailand, they believe Thailand has, you can cross the border into Thailand for this 2 times free of charge, which would be really awesome. Since I never used it, I guess I should qualify. But 2 times a year you can do a fee-free land crossing into Thailand. So that would save me having to get a visa on the Thai side, just to be there for an hour or 2 and then jump right back, which will also be awesome. Of course, like I said, I'll take you with me, and I will let you know all the processes I'm going through it, just in case you ever come over here and find yourself having to do the same. No matter which land border crossing you go to, whether it's in Phoi Phet to go to Thailand, or over by Vietnam, Laos, you're always going to have people that have had a smooth, hassle-free experience, and then there's always going to be people who say that it's a complete nightmare, lots of scams. They charge you extra, they try to get bribes out of you, and So yeah, but, I mean, I've heard Poi Pet is dicey, a little iffy sometimes with some people, but I've heard other people say they just went there a couple months ago, had no problems at all. Easy breezy. I think what happens a lot of times is there's people here, well, not only here, but in every country, who do those frequent border runs every 3 months. They come here to live, but they don't want to work. And they might have enough money to live and do all that, but they don't meet the other requirements for another type of visa. If that makes sense. They're not old enough to have a retirement visa, but they don't want to work, so they don't need an EB visa. So they're kind of stuck in this limbo world. So they come over here, and every 3 months they'll do a border run just to keep their visa intact so they can stay here and live. Jesus, that is a big goose, man. Look at that thing. Whoa, mama. Ooh. Wow. Anyway, and I think those are the ones, because there have been people who have been turned away on the Thai side saying, no, we're not going to let you in because we're cutting back on expats doing visa runs at this border. People have been turned away before. I think sometimes that has to do with those frequent flyer people who do it every 3 months. I mean, it does look kind of suspicious on your passport when every 3 months you have a Thai stamp, and then they look at the Cambodian stamp and there it is, just 2 hours later every time. They kind of know what you're doing. And technically, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to stay in a country or live, at least in Cambodia, you're not supposed to do border runs. I mean, technically, people do it all the time, and I don't think anybody's ever gone to jail or anything over it, but you're not supposed to. So, anyway, I don't plan on making this a habit, of course. It was a mistake, an error. So hopefully I can get that fixed. All right. I got my little fried breads of goodness. Got my coffee. Ready to start another day teaching. It's been cold here. I did want to mention that. I mean, like, it got in the upper 70s Fahrenheit the last few days. But with the wind and the rain that came with it, it made it feel much, much cooler. It might have even dipped below 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which does not happen often. I can't tell you the number of times Sang Lai kept telling me she's cold. I'm cold, I'm cold. All bundled up, sleeping with 2 blankets. For me, it was just like a nice spring day. Had the fan on. Sleep in my shorts, no shirt, fan blowing on me. Perfect. But yeah, everybody here was being pretty miserable. Had all their rain gear, heavy jackets. But today looks to be another 90 degree Fahrenheit day, according to the weather app I have. So yeah, we had a nice little cooling down spell. For me, it felt good. For her, it was cold, but I enjoyed it. So that's my latest information on the visa thing. Hopefully this information can come in handy to you should you find yourself in the same situation. Oh, and also, excuse me. Yeah, somebody asked why I didn't get just get a 1 year visa extension, and that's because to get a 1 year EB visa extension, you already have to have your permit along with a letter of employment from your school. Since I'm just now trying to get my work permit, I didn't have that to get to 1 year, so I just been doing 3 months. That's why. But once I get my work permit, yes, I'm getting a 1 year and just having it done with. All right. We're almost at the school. I still got to eat my bread, drink my coffee, and get ready for the children. Big test tomorrow for them. End of term. First 3 months. We've been cramming all week. I've been shoving words into their heads. Same words that are going to be on the test over and over and over and over. They're tired of them. They don't want to hear those words anymore. They don't want to spell them no more. They don't want to point at the pictures no more. But they're going to do that anyway one more day, just to make sure they do as best as they can on the test. 60% to pass, or else they got to go through that whole first book again. So it makes my job pretty easy, because there's really no lesson plan. But I do want to get on to the next book instead of just having them repeat and spell words over and over and over. I mean, they're tired of it, definitely, and I'm kind of tired of it too, because I don't consider that really teaching. But for the sake of them passing the test, I want to be sure they know them inside and out. Will be the biggest test they've had, and I think some of them are freaked out by that, but I have to keep telling them, just do one question at a time, that's all. One question at a time. If you don't know it, go on to the next one, but come back to the ones you didn't do. If it's blank, it's wrong. If it's spelled wrong, it's wrong. All right, we're almost at the school now. Let me cross this road. Looks like I'm not going to die today. That's always a good day. Oh, maybe. Oh, there he is. All right. He stopped, thankfully. Slowed down. All right. All right. Make sure. All right. Whew. Always an adventure. Always an adventure. All right, that's it for me. Drink my coffee, eat my bread. I will talk to you guys in the next one.